We appreciate you cause it's all for the move. I know that I could always count on you to bring us all the new and latest news. And every day is a black man in this world. You know there's no one we'd rather hear it from. You and me will always be tight. Shaver is giving up the day and night. And even when he start acting like a fool, we appreciate you cause it's all for the move. I know that I could always count on you to bring us all the new and latest news. And every day is a black man in this world. You know there's no one we'd rather hear it from. It's the Carlos Shaver Show.
Good morning, everybody. Oh my God. It's the Power Hour with Carlos Chavers every single Saturday. Power Hour. I don't know what we're going to be on this bitch talking about. We're just going to be on this bitch talking. You see, got 2 cameras up. What's good? How y'all doing? All right. So it is Power Hour with Carlos every single Saturday. We here. We're going to talk about whatever it is. But first off, guess what, guys? Guess what today is? Today is a lovely day. We'll get started.
When I wake up in the morning, love.
We'll get started.
And the sun. Something without warning.
It's a lovely day, y'all. Woo!
Bears heavy on my mind.
Listen, then I look at you, and the world's all right. Listen, get your blunts ready. It's blunt time. Wake and bake. Just want to look at you. Guess what today is, y'all? And I know it's gonna be. Woo! Guess what? A lovely. Woo! Guess what? It's a Saturday Power Hour with Los. It's a lovely day. Come on. Get your blunts ready. It's Blunt Saturday. Roll that thing going up. Roll that thing going up. Woo!
When the day that lies ahead
Whoa!
seemed impossible to face. When someone else instead of me
Yo.
always seems to know the way.
I'm about to send you a link to come on my show real quick.
And the world's all right with me. Just one look at
Send
you,
inbox them to me and I'll play them right now.
and I know it's gonna be.
Okay. Yeah, send them now. All right. It's a lovely day, y'all. It's a lovely day. It is a lovely, 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 lovely day. Woo! All right. It's a lovely day, y'all. It's a lovely, lovely, lovely day. This is the Power Hour, Saturday Power Hour with Carlos Shavers every single Saturday. I'm going to do this every Saturday for an hour. We're just going to talk. We're just going to do whatever because it's Saturday. We ain't got no job and we ain't got shit to do. So we just finna kick it. All right. So look, wherever you are, I don't care where you are. If you're in America, not in America, let's be safe. But guess what? We are about to fire some blunts up. So everybody go ahead. It's Saturday. It's time for you to get your blunts. If you got your blunt, get your blunt. We are about to burn one every single wake and bake. This is the wake and bake period. Somebody said wake and bake. Somebody said wake and bake. Wake and bake. All right, wake and bake. We got it, y'all. So look, the Carlos Chambers Jr. Morning Show, we will launch on Monday for 2 hours a day. You guys can listen to the Carlos Chambers Jr. Morning Show right here on Facebook Live from 6 to 8 in Central Time, 7 to 9 Eastern Time. And I'm in Denver, Colorado, so it's 5 to 7 my time. But right now, we got the Power Hour. Where all my stoners at? Where all my stoners at? I know we got some stoners out here. Y'all acting like y'all too good to be a stoner. But guess what? Guess what they told me? Woo. Guess what? It's that stoner music. Get your blunts. Where your blunts at?
I'm stoner.
It's Power Hour. Get your blunts ready.
I'm stoner.
Where all the stoners at?
I just put a 40 on my wrist just like a bus.
Woo.
I just put 10,000 on my bitch just like a bus.
Whoa.
I just drive a YSL just like
Where the stoners? Y'all ain't no stoners. Y'all ain't no real.
Boss. You. I want Michael Jackson laying. Ooh.
Y'all scared now. Listen, ain't no scared stoners this way. You either go stone, you gonna get gone. You either gonna stone or you gonna get gone. It's a Saturday Power Hour with Los right here on Facebook Live each and every Saturday. We'll have us a Saturday Power Hour. And so today, it's pretty simple, y'all. We're going to talk about the stuff that's going on in Birmingham. We're going to talk about the stuff that's going on in the country. Everybody know what happened with let's show some of these Facebook comments. All right, we got Nakia. Nakia said, hey. Annie said, yes, for the I'm a Stoner. Love this song. Okay, Annie. We love you, Annie. We love you. You love the song. We love you. Janita said, let's light this bitch up. Hey, Juanita. My grandma named Juanita. I don't know why I got that wrong. But Juanita, I'm with you. I am with you. So you got that? Go ahead. Fire it up. Listen, it's the Saturday morning Power Hour with Los. So we got a good discussion coming up. We're going to talk about this Breonna Taylor stuff because a lot of people still caught up about that. But I want to break something down for you. All right, so I'm going to break something down because a lot of people have what they, Lisa, appreciate that. Lisa said, turn up then. We are turning all the way up. This is the Saturday morning Power Hour with Los. All right, so look. As it pertains to Breonna Taylor, okay, first off, let me talk about her attorneys because everybody say what they want to about attorney Benjamin Crump. Cray said, I stay with Blunt's Road. That's what I'm talking about. You got to. I'm trying to get this. And I be telling it take me about 25, 45 minutes to roll a blunt. But nevertheless, it get rolled and it get pearled. So that's what we got. All right, Dimitri said, let's turn up, Carlos. Yes, sir. You already know. We doing this thing. We waking and baking. This is a good show that we're going to do every single Saturday. Every Saturday morning. We're going to do this show right here. Elizabeth said, why are you in Denver? This is where I live. Generally, people sometimes move in life. And so that's all I did was made a move in life. Now I live in Denver. All right, what's good? So, and Cray said, and it gets smoked too. You already know. So even if it take me 25 minutes to pearl this bitch, guess what? It's still going to get smoked. Still gonna get smoke. All right, so look, and that's Pearling with Los 101. That is a new segment that I think we're going to do every single Saturday. Pearling with Los 101. All right? That's what we got. That's what we got. So every single Saturday, we're going to do Pearling with Los 101. And look, what we got? We got us a pearl one. We got us a pearl one. So welcome again, everybody, to the Carlos Tavares Jr. Show. This is Power Hour Sunday, Power Saturday. It's Saturday. I don't even know what day it is. Saturday, Power Hour with Los. All right, so as we're talking about Breonna Taylor, I would like to kind of talk about a few things as it pertains to Breonna Taylor. All right, we have the situation. First off, we got Ben Crump. Rico, what's good, y'all? What's good? Everybody, Kendrick Wilson, check out this video on his page. Kendrick is up in Louisville, Kentucky, everybody. Kendrick is an awesome activist. Got a chance to meet the brother when I went to Louisville and got a chance to protest with them. Man, we marched 12 miles in Louisville, Kentucky. We marched 12 miles in Louisville, Kentucky. I said, man, these folk don't know how to sit down. I said, these folk don't know how to sit down. Murder Ham, what's good? We finna add this Saturday Power Hour with Los. We're gonna add Murder Ham in this thing. He probably ain't brushed his teeth yet. Brush your teeth. Brush your teeth real quick. He probably ain't brushed his teeth as yet. But it's all right. Rico, what's good, man? Murder Ham, you be it takes me at early at night, and then takes me at 1:05 in the morning. That means it was 3 o'clock in Atlanta time. I said, man, ain't nobody up. I'm asleep right now. All right, but listen, Tyrell, what's good, man? Listen, all my good folk. Tyrell, what's good, brother? Rico, what's good, my man? What's good, Rico? We got Kendrick. He exposed the whole Breonna Taylor case, and he did it. He did it. He did it. He did it. All right, so listen. Somebody said, I thought you would have been in town for the funeral today. Let me explain something. You know, rest up to my partner, Tony. Okay, but listen, rest up to my partner, Tony. And let me tell you this. Don't nobody come looking for me, okay, because I'm not lost. I'm right here. Now, let me say this. I wanted to be at my brother's funeral, but the reason that I will not be at my brother's funeral is because I don't do fake stuff, okay? I don't do fake stuff. So all these folk wanted to holler about Carlos had something to do with it. I absolutely had nothing to do with it. And so I couldn't even properly grieve the loss of my brother because of all this negative stuff that people are saying. So I don't deal with fake stuff. I didn't go to the candlelight vigil, and I'm not going to the funeral because I don't deal with fake people and I don't deal with fake things, okay? Tony know the relationship that he and I had, okay? Don't nobody else have to know, all right? And so with that being said, I don't have to go to a funeral to pay my respects for somebody, especially when I don't feel as if the people at that funeral are going to be real people and that every single body, I don't deal with fake stuff, all right? So before I would ever get involved, so you won't ever say Carlos deal. No. Y'all want to say I had something to do with it? Okay, cool. I am going to stay my butt away from everybody that's got anything to do with it, all right? And so that's where we got. And then Brittany said it right. The people who really know you, they know that. And that's the absolute truth. And so, but again, I don't deal with fake stuff and I don't deal with fake people. So I just let it be that. But this is a Saturday Power Hour with Carlos. We live, y'all, every single Saturday. Okay, every single Saturday. Okay, but that's just me. I don't deal with fake stuff. Rest in peace, Tony. We're going to find the people that did this. We really are. And so that's what we're going to do. But I will say, I don't deal with fake stuff. And like, I move away from Birmingham because people are too negative. People are too, it's just not a place that you can really grow. I'm looking to do some very big things in the future, and I can't be stuck with the same old mentality that the same old people going to always have in same old Birmingham. And so I will always remove myself from these situations. Okay. And so Miss Lewis, thank you so much. That's why she said that's why we like you, because you keep it real. Ain't no other. You can't do nothing but keep it real. All right, can't do nothing but keep it real. So that's what we got. But back to for the second time, I am not going to the funeral. I am not in Birmingham, Alabama. My heart is in the right place. People know my heart. People know my thought, my lining. So now, all right. So Jermaine, let's talk about it. He said, "Don't blame it on BHAM." Now it's niggas everywhere. Now let's talk about that. Okay, let's talk about that, because I've been around to places. I've traveled around this entire country, and I've traveled all across this world. And one thing that I can say is that the people of Birmingham, the way that they hate on each other. Now you got problems everywhere. Yes, you got problems in Chicago. You got problems all over the place. Okay, but what you guys don't see is that you know, it's not as stagnant, even in Atlanta. Okay, people in Atlanta are in a whole different realm than people in Birmingham are. Okay, when you see everybody in Atlanta, or when a lot of people in Atlanta, you just see a Rolls Royce driving down the street, and it's just a regular person. Look at it, you don't even know the person. It's just a regular person. That's because that's the mentality. Everybody in Atlanta, they eat. Okay, everybody over there eat it. Everybody over here, the minute somebody in Birmingham find out that you eating, guess what? They want to come and take your plate away from you. Tony said it best. Birmingham said it best. That Birmingham, hey, it's different. And that's it. That's it. Mason, what's good, brother? Mason, what's up, brother? Mason is a young entrepreneur. If you all are ever, Mason, how old are you? If you all are ever in Atlanta, Georgia, please try Mason's hot dogs. This man, like Mason is been, I think Mason probably about 12, 13 years old, but Mason has been working since he was about 10 years old. I remember seeing him with a hot dog, with just a little hot dog cart, and, you know, pushing the hot dog, selling hot dogs. And now Mason got a whole restaurant at like 14 years old. Like, that's what I'm saying. The Atlanta hustle is different. Mason is 14 years old, and this boy has literally, I'm not a young man. I'm sorry for even saying boy. This young man, Mason, is 14. Look at that, okay? 14 years old. This young man is in Atlanta, been working since he was 10 years old, and now has his own restaurant coming at 14 years old, okay? 14 years old. That's what it was. Somebody said, Vita said, boy, I thought you were Lil Yachty. And listen, I didn't know who Lil Yachty was until a few days ago. I didn't know who Lil Yachty was until a few days ago. It wasn't until people say that all the time. Okay, people say that all the time. Say, oh, you look like Lil Yachty. I'm like, who in the hell is Lil Yachty? I don't know no damn Lil Yachty. I look like Carlos. I don't look like no Lil Yachty. But then I saw a picture of Lil Yachty. And when I saw a picture of Lil Yachty, I said, oh, okay, now we might now. I said, we might resemble Lil Yachty a little bit. Now I said we might look like him a little bit. All right, we might look like Lil Yachty a little bit. But because I've been around here saying, who the hell is Lil Yachty? Y'all always trying to see. I don't watch reality TV. I don't watch none of that bull crap that y'all be watching. Y'all love watching some damn whatever damn shows y'all be watching. I don't watch TV. All right, the only TV I'm gonna watch is CNN. That's the most TV I'm gonna watch. And so y'all sit up here and say stuff like, "Oh, you look like Lil Yachty." I'm like, who in the hell is Lil Yachty? Murder Ham.
What up, nigga?
What's good? Hey, look, these folks say I look like Lil Yachty, man.
You do a little bit with the red tips, but that's probably what it is. People gonna say with that, you know, they gonna hate on you anyway, Carlo. You went from looking like Lil Yachty at the end on the powder to, you know.
So look at this.
Yeah,
all right. Now, this is so look at me. All right. Look at me. And then look at him. And we got a couple of pictures up. Now listen, Facebook
from a
audience,
distance. I mean,
from a distance. So I look like him from a distance. You guys see that? Everybody, listen. What y'all think? Everybody keeps saying Lil Yachty. I don't even watch. I ain't never. Man, you watch a P Valley?
hell no.
See,
I ain't homophobic. Okay. Before anybody say that, I'm not homophobic. I would just rather not watch men interact sexually. It's like watching gay porn. I might as well watch gay porn if I'm gonna watch P Valley. And
when you said watching men interact sexually, I thought that's what it was.
I mean, I thought that's what it was too. But I mean, you know, that's what goes on in P Valley. And I mean, people actually have told me that I need to like watch that. Like, I don't want to watch that, bro. Like,
people keep saying watch that. I don't want to watch that. I'm not watching no damn P Valley. I don't care. I don't even know what no damn P Valley is. Okay, I did good to get me to watch Power. All right, and I didn't even catch Power.
Not watching no P Valley.
I caught Power like 4 seasons after everybody else already caught it. So everybody keeps saying. So all right, so let's look at let's look at what they saying about this Lil Yachty situation, because they keep saying I'm Lil Yachty. So all right, Cray said it's just the color because you don't look like him. Okay, I'll take that. So that ain't not that color, huh?
I said that's what I said. It's just the hair color.
All right, Nikita said, yeah, you do a little. Now Marcus said Lil Boat. Who is now? God damn, who is Lil Boat?
That's Lil Yachty. That's what they call him. Lil Boat. Lil Boat.
Oh, y'all be losing me. Bella said it's the red hair. All you need is some beads. I'm not putting no damn beads in my hair. You can kill that now. I don't want to look like Lil Yachty. I want to look like Carlos Tavares. Okay, shit. Now I'm not putting no damn beads in my head. I don't care what y'all say. All right. Lisa also said it's the color hair for me. All right. And Demetrius said, man, FP Valley.
All right, what I'm talking about, Demetrius.
Huh?
I'm with Demetrius on that one.
Yeah. All right, so Jermaine Johnson. Let's see. Jermaine Johnson said, talk about Trump proposed plan for black people. Damn Lil Yachty. All right, I'm with you. Let's talk about that. So Murderham, look. So Trump did a rally in Atlanta on yesterday. All right,
had Polo the Don in the front. We can't skip over that.
The who?
You know what I'm saying? Polo the Don, who produced Throw Some D's on it for a rich boy.
He supported Trump?
Yeah, he was at the rally. You ain't see it.
Trump talking about and everything. Herschel Walker actually introduced Trump before he came on, former NFL player. But anyway, so Trump is proposing to do things such as so right now Trump is proposing to label Antifa and the KKK as terrorist organizations. That's one thing. He's proposing to make Juneteenth a federal holiday. That's another thing. And also Donald Trump is proposing to give better lending opportunities to black people for minority-owned businesses. So let's talk about that. Now, if Trump really wanted to do this stuff, okay, if this is some stuff that Trump really wanted to do, he would have been done it. Okay. Now, on the second part, are these things that Trump can really do? Hell to the fuck no. Trump alone cannot make Juneteenth a federal holiday. Okay, no president can just say this day is going to be a federal holiday. If that was the case, we'll have federal holidays every fucking time you look around. So what's going on though is he's simply trying to placate to black people. And guess what? See, black people thinking like, oh, Donald Trump ain't gonna get no black support. But guess what? He will. He had 11% of black people to support him last time. Okay, in 2016, 11% of us, people that look like us, you and me, voted for Donald Trump in 2016. All right, guess what?
All skin folk ain't your kinfolk, though.
All skin folk ain't kinfolk. But guess what? Those numbers are going to rise. This upcoming election, Trump gonna have more than 11% of black people to vote for him. Okay, and that's the simple truth. Because when you look at this, when you look at stuff like these older folk, older black people tend to believe anything. All right, just the same thing. Older white people, they believe anything. So if Trump is saying stuff like, "Oh, we're gonna make Juneteenth a federal holiday," all that here, all the thing that older black people hear, oh, he's gonna Donald Trump is gonna make Juneteenth a federal holiday, and he's gonna label the KKK a terrorist organization. No president has ever done anything like that. And guess what? That is how he's going to get some of these older black people to vote for him. And it is going to happen. If you look at the room when he did his rally, hardly any of them were young black people. So that's what we got.
I mean, what I feel like is Trump is playing the same games that the Democrats play, because don't nobody care about black people until election time. So, you know, it is kind of reverse race baiting to get black people to kind of side with them. But at the same time, Trump not doing nothing that the Democrats hadn't done. But Trump has done a lot of things that the Democrats haven't done. Not saying that I'm a Trump supporter. I'm just a non-biased opinion. We went through a whole recession with Democratic presidents, and you know, nobody offered any kind of financial assistance, even though that's a double-edged sword too, but it still allowed people to make it through this tough time. A lot of people, if they didn't get unemployment, they would have been homeless. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, the things that they do, and I always say this, like in America, you can never completely hurt black people and you can never completely help black people without doing the opposite to the other race. So white people can't completely hurt black people by passing something without hurting black people, because, I mean, white people, because there are impoverished white people that fall in the same category as African Americans. So across the board, there will never be anything done to hurt African Americans in America that can't be done or isn't being done to impoverished white people. So, I mean,
well, now check this out. All right. So this is the one thing that, and I agree with you, you know, to an extent that, you know, so, but now when you look at numbers, there are more white people in poverty than there are black people in poverty, just because
more white people
in this country than there are black people. All right.
That's why they go with statistics versus actual numbers.
Right.
They give you a percentage before they'll give you a real number.
Right. Absolutely. And so with that now, so here's the thing. This is the number one thing that Donald Trump is asking black people. Okay. And this is what black people are actually answering in their minds. Okay. So he always say this, what the hell do you have to lose? All right. That is Trump's number one thing. Okay. What are you now? Hold on. Before we do that, we're going to address Dr. Dickerson's comments. Dr. Brenda Dickerson said, what are you bashing your comments on that older black will vote for Trump? So now, Dr. Dickerson, I am not saying that all older black voters will vote for Trump. That is not what I'm saying. Okay, but when I look at the numbers don't lie. Okay, when you look at the number of people, the people who are in the room, the people who are black, who are supporting Trump, they tend to favor older black people. That is a fact. Okay, when you look at the majority of the black people who are supporting Donald Trump, they are black. So I'm not saying that all black people are supporting Donald Trump, but we have to be realistic about where we are and recognize that there are a certain number of black people who will support Donald Trump. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Now, so check this out. Let's see. Let's go to our comments real quick. Shauna said, people who don't read believe anything. He is a manipulator and a liar. And that is true. And we also got to know. Right. But Trump Trump was not a politician when he got in.
He wasn't.
Okay, we gotta remember.
Let me ask you a question.
And he still is not a politician. All right, so he is not a career politician. He's never served in the politics, never served in the military, never served in anything to that effect. But yet, he's the president of the United States.
So, from your opinion, I want your honest opinion in this situation. Out of all 46 presidents. How many have we seen? Maybe 5 presidents since we've been alive. So out of those 5, do you think Donald Trump isn't the most
you're
honest?
older than me. I ain't seen 5.
But still, 4 presidents. Well, I'll say 5. It may be 4. It may be 5. We're gonna go with 5 presidents.
Nah, ain't that old.
With Clinton, Bush, Obama,
and Trump. Okay.
Okay.
So
you were okay. So 4 for you, 5 for me. So.
For your age, don't be afraid, man. Shit.
5 for me. I mean, I'm blessed to be 33. Coming from where I come from, Southtown, I'm blessed to be here today and having this dialogue with you. So 5 presidents. Out of those 5 presidents, do you think that Donald Trump, from a personal aspect, isn't the most honest president we've had?
He's the most,
as far as how he feels, as far as everything. Do you not feel he's the most honest president?
No.
So who do you think was more honest than Donald Trump? Barack Obama?
Okay. Well, all right, now and
I'm not a Trump supporter by any shape or form. I'm just giving you why he's so impressionable.
Okay, so all right, so I can see where you're going with it. All right, so to me, I see right through his BS. Okay, so I don't believe that Trump is the most honest president, but there are people who do believe. There's a vast majority of people who believe that that he is an honest president.
Trump, though, out of those 4 presidents,
to what extent? Like when we talk about honesty,
of course, we're not gonna go into like his personal things. You know what I'm saying, with the tax returns and everything. Like nobody's gonna show you their personal business when they're doing dirt. That's just the business of doing dirt. But we're talking about from a personal standpoint and how he feels about certain things, because Obama really never came out and said how he truly felt about certain things. He danced around certain topics. He made it seem if he
Obama definitely played it safe. Obama,
you get what I'm saying? So as far as somebody telling me that they don't like something or they're not going to do this or they're not going to do that, and versus them inclining that they may do it. Because Bill Clinton lied to us to our face.
He did. Bill Clinton I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Bill Clinton definitely lied to us to our face.
But when he says that he doesn't like a certain group of people, when he says that he's going to move a certain way, when he says he's going to do a certain thing, now, Donald Trump is almost always going to stick to his guns. Like, I don't know. But Obama had 8 years of black people begging him to push black culture forward. Has Obama said anything about any of the African Americans that have been killed in the last year? Has anybody been? That's what I'm saying. Not really. So I mean, for us to base this, and like I said, I'm gonna go back to saying this. I'm gonna reiterate this. I do not support Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? It's not a thing of whether I'm trying to get people to support Donald Trump. I'm just giving you the insight in how people are being swayed. He is a racist liar. And we know he's a racist liar because he's been truthfully a racist and a liar. Like he will tell you that he's going to lie. Obama did have a choice to play it safe, because Trump's not playing it safe. Trump came out the gate telling you what it is. Like people have a personal choice in whether they want to do it or not. And certain people just choose. And I hate to say that it's always black people that always choose to be less controversial when we're the ones that really need to be pushing the issue.
Yes, I agree. And that's the thing. So like Obama had no choice but to play it safe. Why? He was already, okay, now check this out. All right,
he was already the president.
He was already the president, especially in his second term. Why did Obama have to play anything safe in his second term as president? He couldn't run again, okay? He did. So why did he have to play it safe? Donald Trump has not played it safe since the moment he walked down those elevators and said Mexican people were rapists and they came and destroyed this country, okay? He has never played it safe, but the expectation is that, this black man got to play it safe. Guess who plays it safe? House Negroes. That's who play it safe.
Exactly. He chose to play it safe.
Always play it safe. The ones who, but guess what? And we always forget this. All right. This is the biggest thing to it. This is the biggest thing that people forget when it comes to Obama. Okay. Obama had a white mom. Okay. We forget that. Who did Obama spend the majority of his time with? His mom or his dad? Okay, his mom. All right. Are we forgetting that? We can't totally forget that. So the fact that is and will always remain, Obama did play it safe. Now Trump, okay, he's different. Now look, all right, I agree, Dr. Dickinson. There are over 200,000 people dead because of Donald Trump. That is true, okay? But listen, we're
talking about coronavirus.
We're talking about the coronavirus. Also, she also said Trump is rolling back health care. All right, if they get the Supreme Court justice, all right, let's talk about that. We're going to talk about that in just a second. The Supreme Court stuff that's going on, and so we're going to get to that in just a second. And also, she said that he's locked kids in cages. Okay, yes, he has. Trump is the worst president of our lifetime, of your lifetime, of all of modern history. He's the worst president. We have we got about 23.
Of course, across the board, with having no political experience to everything. Of course, he's from a presidential candidate. He's the worst president. But if anybody on here commenting has received unemployment insurance or whatever, something that, like I said, Obama didn't do when we were clearly in a recession. It was broadcasted. It was every morning on the news. They told us that we were in a recession. People were losing jobs. Everybody was doing everything. And I mean, from the 200,000 people that died from the coronavirus, look, people, I want y'all to understand this. The coronavirus is the new flu. It's not going nowhere. The coronavirus and the flu are the exact same virus, the H1N1 virus. When the flu came out, it killed 500 million people. A third of the world's population was wiped out. So as of right now, this is showing how evolved as a people we are by only 200,000 people dying. So, I mean, that's not Donald Trump's fault. It's the Chinese. It's a whole lot of other stuff that goes into that.
Well,
so, I mean, I want everybody to get away from this. Coronavirus is going to destroy the world because, like I said, in 1 year, the flu killed almost a third of the population. And we're almost a year into the coronavirus now, and we're at 200,000 deaths. So I want everybody to continue to take their precautions, but do not continue to live your life as if this thing is going to go away, because it's not. It won't. The flu's been around since 1917. This is 2020. It's over 100 years. So take your vitamins, get you some sun, go outside, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, let the coronavirus be the coronavirus, because ain't nobody taking precautions against the flu, and everybody get the flu every year. People die from the flu every year. And I mean, I want y'all to just take that word from me if y'all don't take nothing else, because I still go out and I ain't caught the coronavirus. And Carlos know that I don't. It's all in how you take care of yourself. Take care of your body, take care of your temple, drink water. You know what I'm saying?
So now what Danita said Trump knew about it and held that information from the world. Communication is key. And that is also very important. So we can blame Donald Trump for the mishaps that he has caused to and allowed to happen. So when you look at how this initially, all right, so when it's, and it come down to the same thing with Ronald Reagan. All right, well, Ronald Reagan, it came down to what did you know, what did Reagan know, and when did he know it? Okay. And so that's what it come down to Trump. What did he know and when did he knew it? And Trump knew in February just the extent of how deadly the coronavirus was in this country. All right. So when we say only 200,000 people, now we can't so that's 200,000 families who are dead because of this coronavirus, right?
Correct.
And also, more importantly, 200,000 lives, when I believe that majority of them could have been prevented had we taken this serious from the beginning, when Donald Trump knew the information in February and still held it, when he told Bob Woodward in a tape, on tape, he said, oh, this thing is much deadlier than the flu. This thing can spread person-to-person contact. We need to, something needs to be done. And then, but he said that he wanted to downplay it the entire time. That is the issue when it comes to Donald Trump and the coronavirus. Now, he didn't start it. It didn't start in America. It did come from China. But
it came from misinformation, because according to numbers, has the coronavirus been more deadly than the flu?
It has, yes, absolutely.
No, it hasn't. Because like I said, when the flu came out, the flu killed a third of the world's population, bro. Like, research that. The flu killed a third of the world.
About the Spanish flu in 1918. Yes,
that's what I'm talking about.
All right, the Spanish flu is different than the normal flu. The normal flu
it's still the H1N1 virus, bro. It's a variant of the H1N1 virus, which is what
right.
the
And so,
coronavirus
just like if you remember a few years ago, there was one version of the flu, and everybody got flu shots. But then they came back and was like, "Oh wow, there's a new strain of the flu. So if you got the flu shot this year, it's going to be non-responsive to the new strain of the flu that's going around." Because there was a new flu. All right, Jermaine Johnson said, my dad survived 72 years, never taken a flu shot. He passed this year from COVID symptoms. I don't want to hear that flu comparison shit. And I totally agree with that, because
I apologize if I offended you, Jermaine, with my comments, but I'm gonna say what I said. COVID symptoms are symptoms of what? He didn't die from COVID. He died from COVID symptoms, which was probably pneumonia, which is a flu symptom, which is a variant of the H1N1 virus. I'm not going to say that. I apologize. My condolences to your dad. And again, I want to apologize if I offended you with my comment, but that just goes into saying what I said before. COVID symptoms, that's influenza. If you die from cancer, you don't die from cancer symptoms. If you die from AIDS, you don't die from AIDS symptoms. You die from AIDS or you die from cancer. They're dancing around this by saying you die from symptoms of COVID, when symptoms of COVID could be considered a lot of other treatable diseases. So I mean, that's just going into what I'm saying. Like it's not going anywhere. Like, I mean, and he said his dad was 72 years old. Those are the people that were vulnerable to catching influenza. My dad was 56. My dad died from pneumonia after he got a heart attack because his immune system was compromised. So
he said he definitely had underlying conditions, but he had them for years. The flu never expedited them. COVID did, and so
AIDS expedited them. It wasn't COVID. It was elderly people having compromised immune systems. I can't say that it was COVID, because I mean, COVID itself creates underlying conditions that are already pre-existing. Like, that's one thing that they say. If you take somebody that's elderly or they have a compromised immune system and you leave them outside for too long, they're going to get pneumonia. If you leave them in compromised conditions, they're going to get sick. If you put them outside, if you have them in 90-degree weather, they're going to have a heat stroke. You get what I'm saying? People with compromised immune systems fall in a different category. We're talking about the masses. That's what I'm referring to. People who are 72 years old have no business being in groups of more than 100 people out, and that's what I'm saying. That's why they were giving us the precautions to. That's what I said. Take your precautions.
Well,
do not take it to where I'm saying.
You can't assume anyone's situation. Like, a person. We can't assume what a person were doing when they call COVID or whatever the case may be.
I'm not saying that they are. I'm not saying it was.
But COVID is an underlying issue that people are dealing with. All right, so we got a couple of other topics really quick. I want to talk about the Supreme. I want to we talk about what Donald Trump said. Look, now we're gonna talk about some Supreme Court nominee.
Everybody knew it was gonna be a white lady.
Right. So I figured it's gonna be. I thought it was gonna be a black lady. I for the longest thought that it would be a black lady to be the Supreme Court nominee for the Supreme Court. But what we do have is a judge that Donald Trump has actually nominated, and I'm gonna show everybody just who that nominee is. And we also know, so check this out, Donald Trump, he usually changes up his nominees at the last minute. And because people found out that it is one person, then he might just change it up at the very last minute. But I want us to check out this video really quick about Donald Trump, Supreme Court nominee, and who she is. Hold on one second.
We can't calculate our total taxes?
Do you realize how many different taxes we pay? Sales.
expected Supreme Court nominee. Here's what we know about her.
The nomination of a Supreme Court justice is the most important decision an American president can make.
Amy Coney Barrett is a federal judge who was previously a professor at Notre Dame University, is very much a favorite of social conservatives, of religious conservatives, and is somebody who the president was very interested, reportedly, in 2018 when he picked Brett Kavanaugh.
What would we have in a Trump court? Who knows?
When Barrett was a federal judge nominee for the first time, her nomination was very controversial, specifically because of how Democrats talked about her religiosity.
The conclusion one draws is that the dogma lives loudly within you. And that's of concern.
Expect to see some of those arguments about the role of religion rehashed in her upcoming Senate confirmation hearing.
As a judge today, when is it proper for a judge to put their religious views above applying the law?
All of this is taking place in the context of a reversal from Republican senators, many of whom previously said that a Supreme Court justice should not be confirmed in an election year.
I want you to use my words against me.
Barrett herself has been asked about this in the past.
And it shouldn't be a surprise that the Senate is willing to push a president's nominees through in an election year when they share the same political affiliation.
Every time there's a Supreme Court vacancy, it seems we're talking about what impact it might have on Roe v. Wade. In 2018, when Brett Kavanaugh was the pick, many Democrats worried that he would provide the decisive vote for overturning that precedent. That's certainly the case with Amy Coney Barrett, perhaps above all. She has weighed in on this over the years.
Roe has been affirmed many times and survived many challenges in the court, and it's more than 40 years old, and it's clearly binding.
At one point, she suggested that the Supreme Court was unlikely to overturn Roe, but that other decisions could be made that would curtail access or make it more difficult to obtain an abortion.
I assume that you would be a no vote on Roe.
Over the next few weeks, expect Democrats to drill down on exactly what kind of a justice Barrett would be in what could be a blockbuster confirmation hearing.
All right, so so that is who Donald Trump has for his Supreme Court nominee, and so you guys got a chance to see that video, but that's kind of what we have. So what do you think about where we are in this country with this Supreme Court stuff? She more than likely she will make it through. What is end up going to happening is the Congress will change. The Democrats will control the House and the Senate. They will retain control of the House. They will take control of the Senate in November. Now the presidency is to be determined. So this right here. So before this Supreme Court, before Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg passed away, I had the mindset of, let's actually. I'm not going to vote for Joe Biden. I'm like, I'm not voting for Joe Biden. I'm not voting for Trump. I'm just going to ride this out, figure out who I'm going to write in or who I'm, if there's a third party person that I could support. But with Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, with her passing and Republicans now changing tune from just a year ago, 2 years ago, where they're now saying that they are going to support a candidate regardless of whatever the case may be, a nominee, then that kind of showed me how serious they are, and we have to be just as serious. So now I'm changing my tune. So now I am saying that I will be voting for Joe Biden. I'm going, as much as I don't like it, I am going to vote for Joe Biden regardless, okay? Some people out there, you guys can vote for who you want to. If you don't want to vote for Joe Biden, that's on you. But I am going to muster it up. I am going to take the chance, and I am going to vote for Joe Biden because we cannot afford to have 4 more years of a Donald Trump presidency. We simply cannot. Jip said Trump putting her in for when the mail-in ballots are not counted. By the deadline, the court will take all the votes, either Republican or Democratic, and make the call to say the vote will be whatever the state is. So if the state Republican, then every vote will go to him. And that is what it will be 100%. So, Jip, I appreciate that. That is the complete truth about it. That is the complete truth about what is going on. All right. So That's the truth. And and that's what it's going to come down to. Donald Trump is going to that's why they're trying to fast track this Supreme Court nominee through, because if they fast track this nominee through, then it will become a thing where just like Jip said, all the states who are Republican states, those state legislatures will be able to say, okay, well, although everybody voted for this candidate, we're going to just give all our electoral votes to Donald Trump. And just the same way he won, that's almost similar to what happened in 2016. Donald Trump lost the popular vote by 3 million votes. Hillary Clinton had 3 million more votes. So when people say, oh, well, people didn't get out and vote, yes, they did. Matter of fact, 3 million more people voted for Hillary Clinton in 2016 than they did Donald Trump. But what was the issue? The states that had electoral college votes gave all those electoral college votes to Donald Trump. And that's how Donald Trump ended up with 306 electoral college votes when the number to win is 270. So that's what we got. Craig said, me too, F Trump. Dr. Dickerson said, you too. Otherwise, you have to in regards to voting for Biden. Otherwise, Trump's back in. And Shauna said, if he loses, he isn't going to leave. Now, all right, Murderham, are you prepared for a war, or are you prepared for some kind of situation where we gotta fight, we gotta do all this kind of stuff?
Hey man, look, they've been conditioning us to be violent. They've been conditioning us to do all of this shit. If it comes down to it, I'm ready to show them some niggas, man. Like hey, it is what it is with me. My street, one way in, one way out. We already been, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it is, because at this point it has already been what it is. Like, I mean, politics don't really sway whether I eat or whether I don't. So, I mean, we're always been prepared for the unknown.
That's true.
We know how Donald Trump is. So if we're gonna be, and I agree with Brenda Dickerson, the Electoral College should have been abolished, but that's how they will continue to keep their interests first. Because without the Electoral College, I feel places like California, the most diverse states, should have the most Electoral College votes versus the people with the most money. If you want to sway that, then move that money somewhere else. Stop trying to, you know what I'm saying, congregate in one area and take over all the electoral votes. Y'all want some more votes in this state, then some rich white people need to move to that state, and maybe then y'all can sway it that way. But
I had a conversation yesterday actually with somebody, and so this person actually suggested we need to get rid of the Senate. And I kind of agree with that in order for us to really have representation, because what's the point of the Senate? Why do we have a Senate? We got the House of Representatives who are elected already to represent everybody. Okay, everybody is directly tied to a representative. So what is the point of the Senate? So if we were to abolish the Senate and get rid of the Senate, then we could look at getting rid of the Electoral College. But just like you all are saying, we have been at war. So how do we deal with? I want to talk about how we deal. We got 5 minutes left. How do we deal with this issue with Donald Trump not wanting to leave office? How are we going to deal with that?
I don't know how we're going to deal with it. I mean, that's going to be up to the government. Like, the government wants to keep us out of the government's business. So in the event, what would be the recourse in Donald Trump not leaving office directly for me and you? What would happen behind that?
Should probably fight, shooting, killing.
That's what I'm saying. What do you mean, like shooting on who part? On our part, or on? Are you gonna go out and shoot if Donald Trump don't get out of office? If he loses the election and he just completely refuses to leave office, and it's to where he's now holding the White House hostage. Like, what are you gonna do behind that?
So we have to before I deal with what I'm going to do, we have to look at who else he has. Okay, he has his supporters who are these gun-toting, gun-carrying, militia-creating Americans. All right. Matter of fact, one of his supporters just got killed overnight in a shootout with the police in California. Okay. Right. So we got to. So that's the first thing. So when I say we probably gonna end up having to fight our way through this, that's because he gonna have his crazy supporters. Look at where people in Alabama have a lot to be, kind of on their minds as it pertains to all this. Alabama is a Trump state. We
should have been like this with Obama, though.
If Trump is different. If Trump not leaving office, guess what his supporters gonna do? They're gonna be just as mad. Guess what they got? They got more weaponry. They got more everything that almost everybody. Now, Shauna said the military would have to step in, huh?
Who said they got more? Who said they got more weapons? Because last time I remember the train go through the hood.
The train,
everything got to come through it. Everything got to come through.
When I say more weaponry,
I don't know about more weaponry.
So look, let's do a comparison then. Let's look at older black people and older white people. First off, there's more white people in this country than there are black people. There's only 13% of us, 40 million of us in this country, right? Out of 320 million. Okay, that's the first thing. So we're already outnumbered. So and Shauna said it best. We surrounded by them, and that's simple as that. That's the number one thing that we got to look at. Now, more importantly, okay, when it comes to how these things are, though, you got to look at older black people. Older black people, they call the police when they hear gunshots going off because they don't have guns. They're afraid of guns. Okay, not all, but most of them. Okay, older white people have guns. They sleep with them. They have them right next to their beds. They know how to use them. They train with them and all this kind of stuff.
My granddad had a gun. He walked around the house in a robe. My granddad was 77.
We got to look at the holistic picture. It's not about, we got to look at everybody holistically. Holistically, older black people don't mess with guns, okay? My granddad had a lot of guns, but guess who didn't like all those guns my granddad had? My grandmother, okay? She didn't like them, all right? So there's more women than there are men, all right? So the numbers don't lie. Numbers show that, we have the propensity to not care more for guns than anything. Democrats alike also don't. So if you look at Democrats holistically, Democrats don't care for guns. That's why they're proposing more gun safety, banning assault rifles, all this other kind of stuff. You got the other side talking about, save our Second Amendment rights, the right to bear arms, right, all this kind of other stuff. Okay, so, but what it comes down to is this right here. Jermaine Johnson said, honestly, we need to let white people fight amongst each other over politics while we build. The system rigged against us anyway, so we need to be acquiring land and wealth while they work stuff out. But listen.
Can we pin that?
Listen.
Can we pin that right there?
Yeah, they can stay there. But look, check this out. Here's the thing to that. Every time we've done that, we have become an easy target. Okay, why? Because we are still surrounded by them. Okay, so let's look at Black Wall Street. All right, that's when we did have the black wealth and the black power, and they came and guess what? Bombed it, took it right from us. Let's go back to the time where when we believe, we look at today and say, they promised us
Wall Street was a long time ago.
Hold on, they promised us 40 acres and a mule. Okay. There was a time in history in this country where guess what? Black people did receive 40 acres and a mule. There was a time frame where that was actually promised and that was actually given to us. There was also a time in this country where black people own more land than anybody. But guess what don't happen today? Guess what we don't own today? Majority of the land today. And why? Because they came and take it from us. So every single time, so since we're talking about all we need to do is build, my philosophy is not building, because every time it seems that we try to build, they come and take it from us. So my argument would be, let's not build. Let's let this fail. Let's pack our stuff. Let's run this credit up. If all we need is credit, let's everybody fix their credit, run credit up, get everything you need out. You
need more than credit, though.
Bankrupt this country and move to another country where everybody look like us. I say let's go to Ghana.
Everybody can't leave.
Well, so this ain't about everybody. Okay, so we talk.
I can't leave.
This ain't about everybody. Okay, this ain't about everybody. This is about the people who we can get. All right, so if I can get 40,000 people that look like me to go to Ghana, that's all I need. Everybody ain't gonna come. All right, I'm not looking for everybody to come.
So what about are we talking about the betterment of a certain group of Black people, or are we talking about a betterment for the majority of the African Americans that we're talking about right now that are dealing with the situations that are going on in America? See, what I've been proposing is that we all just create Black states. We want to get white people out of there. Everybody move over there. You know they're gonna leave.
Not enough of us. There's only 40 million of us.
There are enough. What do you mean? There. How many people are in the state of Alabama?
What's
the population of the state of Alabama?
8 million.
Like 8 million people. Yeah. Exactly. So we have 40 million. We have 40 million Black people. We create Black states. All the Black people move into certain states. Move into the predominantly the rich Black people move into the predominantly white areas. That will, because now we are creating, when it comes time to electing people, we're electing our own people. We're electing who we want to elect. We're creating
another country. Why would they even
exactly? Because it's easier to move to another state than it is to move to an entire country. There are people with fathers and dads that have criminal records that aren't going to get citizenship in other countries. So are we talking about the betterment of a group of Black people, or are we talking about the betterment of the entire, or the 40 million African Americans here? Because you're talking about 40,000, that's 39 million of us that's still left here to fucking deal with what's going on. I'm talking about us creating Black states. Like, there are already states like Louisiana is known for Black states. We find states that we want to move in that have
so now all Black people move to Louisiana. So we.
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. We don't get. But do you actually think in this time that they're gonna be able to come in and bomb whatever we build now? Like, Black Wall Street was done in a time when Black people weren't considered a whole person. No, it's like come on, we gotta be logical. You actually think they're gonna allow us? You actually think that the United Nations is going to allow them to kill 40 million African American people? We have to think about the time that's going on right now.
Allowed them to bomb Philadelphia when the group in Philadelphia was bombed, when the Philadelphia Police Department dropped the bomb in 1980s on a complete Black city in the 80s. This wasn't even early on in the 30s. This is in the 80s.
Man,
a bomb dropped on a Philadelphia city. All right, we 4 minutes over the hour. We'll give 5 more minutes. But
so that's what we need to do, man. We need to create a Black state to where we can elect a Black mayor, we can elect a Black governor, we can elect Black everything, because we have the power and numbers to start somewhere. Like, all we have to do is strategize, organize, you know what I'm saying, and move on it. Because the idea of everybody, and we're talking about moving to a country. Okay, Ghana is cool, but is everybody just gonna stay in Ghana? Because the rest of Africa don't like Americanized Black people. So are we now moving ourselves from one extreme into another extreme, or are we gonna?
Countries in Africa do.
No, they don't, bro. They don't like us.
Majority.
They like our dollar. They like our tourist dollar. But if we talking about bringing our culture and bringing our people over there,
we don't have a culture.
Injecting the American culture into the African society, bro, they're gonna have a fit with homosexuality and everything that Americanized that's gonna go over there. Africa is gonna have a fit. Like, it's not gonna go the way that we envision it. Because you're gonna have to take some homosexual people, or now you're gonna be considered discriminating. You get what I'm saying? So I mean,
at the end of the day, people still have to conform to whatever.
Now are you gonna now take the homosexual people over there to be
if they have a country, that's what's gonna happen? Because you have plenty of African countries who abandon what's the word I'm looking for? Abolish homosexuality. So whatever their rules and regulations and their laws are, people have to just conform to that, and it's just different.
So why are we doing that? Why are we doing that over there when we could just do that here and create a system that works That's for us here.
Well,
We got our families here. People have generations, grandmothers, grandfathers,
cool.
great grandmothers. Like people leaving their dead partners in the graveyard to go to another country when we can make those same concessions here. Like nothing you said can't be done in America. So I mean, we
it's
have
not
to
that African
get
people
away from
don't
that.
like us. They don't like how white society has poisoned in
Exactly.
our.
So are we going to
it.
be able to go back? You got red dreads, cuz are we going to be able to go into Africa and conform to African society completely out the gate without them
I have been to Africa and I have immediately adapted to African society, and I would prefer to be in African society than I would prefer to be here in American society because this is not my culture, and I better identify with the culture in Ghana, where I have done research to find that my lineage dates back to. So I do honestly believe that that is the place for me.
Well, I feel like I'm more at home with my people. My culture is the people that I hang with. It's not the culture that's been society. Like with my culture, what I consider my culture, African, my culture is where I come from. My culture is family. My culture is, you know what I'm saying, strength. I deal with, I've grown up in African American society. I've had African American grandfathers. So we have a culture to an extent. You get what I'm saying? Like, who's to say that our culture isn't somewhat similar to their culture? Because we're all territorial. African American people, we're all territorial. And at the end of the day, we still exhibit traits from African people. We're aggressive. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna take no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? If we feel to where we're being oppressed, then we are going to do something. We do have a culture in America, and to prove that we are America. If there was no black people in America, America would not be America, because everything that they do is whitewashed. And they take our culture, they take what we do, our music, from everything from country music to jazz music to anything across the gamut. It is our culture. But we've been brainwashed into thinking that it's not our culture. We've been brainwashed into thinking white is right, and everything that white people do is the opposite of that. Like, even when people say about blonde hair, why do black people get blonde hair? Because there are melanated people across the world that have blue eyes and blonde hair. So I mean, we have to really understand what our culture is as melanated people, and not just a culture or a subgroup of an entire race, because we are the race. Everything is our culture. So for people to say we need to go back and find our culture, no, we don't, because we live our culture every day. What do you do every day? What do we do? Our culture is things that we do. Me, you, our group of friends. Eli, what up, Big? I seen you on here. That's my culture. You get what I'm saying? That's the things that I do. We buy Jordans, nigga. We get our hair dreaded. We get our hair braided. We do everything. The same thing that white people do. We create the culture. So whatever we do, we are the culture. So I mean, we don't have to find the culture. We're never going to find the culture, because we're continuously creating it. Whatever we choose to do is what's going to be the culture, because we run the world at the end. And when we get that part, that's why I say we don't need to go nowhere. We need to move here. We need to create black states. If we can get 3 predominantly black states, everybody don't even got to move there. We can get 3 predominantly black states. That in itself is a major start to creating a black utopia in America. We don't got to deal with none of that. We're going to spend all the money in these black businesses, every black business. If we move every black business into 3 states, we would never have to shop with another white person again, period. If that's the way that we wanted to move, if that's the way that we wanted to organize, because we can create a black grocery store, we can create black everything, black clothing stores, black everything. Yeah. We took 3 states, and everything in these 3 states was all black owned. We moved, like I said, we organized. All we have to do is take our money and move into areas where they don't want us at, and they gonna move. And we can maintain the property value. We maintain everything. See, it's still our culture, though. That's what I'm saying. The culture we're speaking of came from Africa, so it's our culture still. We still maintain the culture, even though they took us away from our culture. They made us 1/3 of a person. We double back 50 years later, and now who's continuously leading their culture?
Yeah,
we are. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Because we will always be the culture. We will always be the center of attention. So that's what we need to do. We need to focus on us. We need to stop focusing on what they're doing to us, because they've been doing this the whole time we've been here. We need to get away from that, because Niggas get shot in the club and we still go to the club. People do all kind of stuff and we still, okay, well, I just can't do it like that. So we need to organize and move, like I said, create black states. And then there ain't nothing that they can say. They can't come in, white people can't come and tell us what we can do in our states because we now have the majority vote the same way that they do. We can go into black country, we can go into white, just like we're going to Hoover. We can't tell Hoover what to do. Why? Because Hoover is predominantly white. It don't matter what the black people say, how black people feel in that area. If it's not pro Hoover culture, it's not gonna fly. So that's what we need to create. And it's easier to do that here by, like I said, mobilizing it to places that are predominantly black anyway, and starting from there.
Yeah, I got you, man. Let's do it. We're gonna continue the conversation. Look, man. Hey, this is Saturday Power Hour with Los and Murderham, man. Look, what you think of this, man? This is our first.
Man, you got me talking like Malcolm X on here and everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm a real one. You know what I'm saying? But I had to, So I like this, man. I that's why, it's only a few people that can get the dialogue out of me, and you one of them. So I mean, that's why I don't mind Saturday morning Power Hour. Like you said, I text you at 3:00 in the morning about some other stuff, business, organizing. I've been up since then. So I mean, I like to be able to have these conversations with you.
Hey, what y'all think of this in the comments? Let us know. Did y'all like this? This is the Saturday Power Hour with Los and Murderham. Look, tell us what you think. We're going to do this every Saturday or so. In addition to the Carlos Tevez Jr. morning show that will be on for 2 hours a day. This is only 1 hour on Saturdays. We actually went over a few minutes, but listen, it was all good. We had a good conversation. Monday, we will be live with the Carlos Tevez Jr. show on Monday, right here on Facebook Live. So the Carlos Tevez Jr. morning show, Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m. What you guys think? Tell us what you guys think about the show in the comments, please. Gwen said, great content. Thank you so much, Gwen. Yeah, we appreciate that. Cray said, hell yes, I love this Saturday morning talk. I'm glad you all could. Let us know, man. We want to continue doing this.
Definitely appreciate the love, all the feedback.
And, like if you all are just so happy to be able to support, we are on Cash App, okay, at the Carlos Jr. Show. Cash App us, and we will certainly appreciate you all for supporting the show. But we're also getting ready to we'll be having like some sponsorships and all that kind of stuff coming up for next week. Me and Murderham going to talk about that and more so about what that will look like. But we will be live each and every Monday through Friday, 6 to 8. So we certainly appreciate it. Jip said a lot of people don't watch the news, so some people learn new information, and that's all we want to make sure that this show is about. So we appreciate that. Murderham, I appreciate you, man, for just just getting on, kind of spur of the moment, and all that.
Los has a lot of he's very, very spur of the moment. Los is very ingenious, though. That's what I would like to call it. It's sometimes you just have to go with it. I was actually eating breakfast when he was like, yeah, we're doing this Power Hour, so I had to hurry up and finish doing that. So
shit, probably. So look, I normally, all right, so it's 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock.
When the plane around, Jermaine said, excuse me, how you doing?
Let me get on the button. So normally around this time, I already have breakfast cooked. So I gotta actually try to get me cook something for breakfast. So yes, we're gonna do this every single Saturday, man. And I'm glad people can learn new information. This is what we want this to be. And so, it is just a great opportunity for us to be able to share with you all. And so that's about it. So
I thought it was the trash can.
So this is what you guys can look forward to on Monday. So Monday we will be joined by two of our co-hosts that will help us co-host the Carlos Tevez Jr. morning show. They'll be joined with us on Monday through Fridays, where we'll have news and information. We'll have culture stuff. You'll have the latest information about what's happening. Monday, we're going to actually talk about the Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion situation. That's coming back up on Monday because Tory Lanez actually came out with the album. He came out with the whole album. Like, this man ain't said nothing, ain't said absolutely nothing at all pertaining to the situation. But in short dude fashion, he came out with an album to explain the whole thing. And so we're going to talk about that on this upcoming Monday on the Carlos Series.
Valid points.
Huh?
He had some valid points too.
He has some valid points. I ain't even listened to the album yet. I downloaded the album.
As I had to listen to it. Like, despite how everybody feels, I had to listen to it because that's how he got side out. As an artist, I completely understand. That's how he conveyed. That was the best way that he could convey his opinions unobjected. Because if he had came out and did a live, he would have been dealing with people not listening to him and and injecting their opinions as he was explaining himself. So
I can
for
see
him to unobjectively get his point across and his part across, that was the best way that he could have did it. And listening to it, if you haven't listened to it, and if you listen to it and you say he's still a bitch ass nigga, it's because you haven't listened to it. We're gonna be completely unbiased in the situation. I mean, because like I said, he made some points, especially as far as like legally. And if he shot her, then I mean, there would be some, especially if she's saying that he shot her, then he wouldn't be here to release the album. So I mean,
yeah.
I'm just gonna put that out there.
Yeah. No, I got you. So we're gonna actually dig deep into that. Let's look at. We got a couple more Facebook comments. Jep said he just wanted to capitalize on the situation. Smart man. And Shelby is an attorney. Shelby said, has she pressed charges?
Nope.
So no, she has not pressed charges, and which also shows that her not pressing charges shows her culpability in the entire situation as well. All right, so if he was criminally liable, there was nothing that she could do about that. The police would have been involved in that. I can shoot you, and you can come and say the police know that I shot you. There is nothing. I can't go and say no. I don't want to press charges on you because that's who got shot. Like, there's still gonna be evidence. They're still gonna investigate it. It's still gonna be what it is. They just won't use you as a witness. But if they have evidence on you that you have committed a crime, and beyond a reasonable doubt, it's going to go before a DA. So I mean, yeah. And so, so this is what I want to do, Shelby. Shelby is an awesome attorney. Everybody, if you all need an attorney, please reach out to Shelby Yarbrough. Shelby, I'm gonna call you in a minute. Shelby, I owe you some information. I gotta send you this information after this video. My mind be going. I say I do something right then, and if I don't do it, I forget. But I apologize. I'm gonna send that information to you. But I would like for you to host to be our attorney that give our legal update every morning for about 5 minutes on the Carlos Davis Jr. Morning Show, where you just kind of talk as an attorney about the issues that you think are happening. If you are able, we want you to have that segment for our attorney, our legal mind update. Where you will kind of be the attorney to give our legal update every morning on the Carlos Davis Jr. Morning Show right here. I'll talk about that more after this show with you. Give me a few minutes. But all right, so that's it right now. Murder Hound, we're going to talk more about that on Monday. So that's going to be one of our biggest topics for Monday. Everybody, listen, we appreciate you all so very much. Today has been awesome. Listen, thank you all. See you all bright and early on Monday morning. Murder Hound, any final words?
Man, everybody be blessed, be safe, and be prosperous, man. That's it.
That's it. All right. Peace out.
It's the Carlos Davis Show. You and me will always be tight. Chamberlain's giving up the day and night. And even when you start acting like a fool, we appreciate you cause it's all for the move. I know that I could always count on you to bring us all the new life.